Everybody knows moving totally sucks. But a month ago, we sold our house and we did the big move. And today, we are moving again. And not only that, we've committed to moving once a month for the unforeseeable future. So we thought we ought to show you how we get through these moving days and kind of streamline the process of getting from one monthly rental to the next. We did a little pre-packing yesterday, so I just want to show you the disaster, or the we have stuff everywhere phase. We have some of our workout stuff, the cooler ready to pack, some dog stuff, some kitchen stuff. We're still like just half organized. Office stuff on top of the dining table. We have our scooters in the living room, and this guest bedroom is where it gets really rough. There's some stuff on here that we're gonna put in our storage today. Here's my main clothing bin. There's Gina's. This is dog stuff, and this is kitchen stuff. But I still have stuff in the closets. You know, you gotta make sure you get all the stuff out of the closets, because when you live in a place for a month, obviously, like, I still have underwear in drawers and socks in drawers, so you really have to go through and make sure you get everything. Nightstand, still have stuff in there. Computer bags, tech. So yeah, this is the ugly part that some people might not want to show you, but I thought it was important to share. So part of my strategy, I guess, was to find the right tubs that fit the back of the F-150. So I measured the back of the truck. These are as close as I could get. Like I said, Gina and I each have one of these for clothes. And then we have one for the dog stuff, one for the kitchen stuff. So this is really the first thing that goes in, because it's also the biggest thing that has to go in the back of the truck. Here's all the space I basically have. It's an F-150. This is the long bed. It was a real challenge getting everything in here last month. So what we did is we bought this. This adds, I think, 30 cubic foot extra space. It's basically a big waterproof bag. So I'm gonna start filling this up, and I will show you the whole process. Okay. So we bought the scooters to kind of be our last mile vehicle. So they serve a couple purposes. One, if Gina has the truck, or if I have the truck and we're doing something, the other one's got a way to at least get a mile or two to go do something. The other thing is getting into town. We don't always want to take the truck, deal with parking, blah, blah, blah. We can take the scooters. They're also just fun. And I had thought about doing bikes, folding bikes, but they just take up much more space. And they also have a bunch of components on the outside that can get bent and damaged, and I don't want to deal with that maintenance. These are pretty self-contained, and they only weigh 35 pounds. And the other thing I want to show you is how they fit with these two bins. So, my workout for today. These two bins go back. And then one scooter in between. It fits kind of perfect. And then the next layer will be the other two bins, another scooter, and then I still have space to fit stuff in between and on top if I need. But the cargo carrier is going to help with that situation as well. So I really try to fill, all the cracks and crevices, putting pillows on top there. Soft stuff like yoga mats is good to not only fill the gaps, but also kind of brace stuff. So this is basically the first layer. We gotta do that again. then the cargo carrier, and should be getting close to being on the road. I feel like this whole process, we have it down to about 2 hours. All right, we got 2 of the big bins in the truck already, and we have 2 to go, and then we have all this stuff. This stuff, like I said, can fit in between the bins and on the sides and above. We also have all this stuff. So you can kind of tell why we needed that cargo carrier. So what we're gonna do is get the next 2 bins in and start filling the cargo carrier. Oh, of course, Maury makes everything easier, right, bud? He likes to be in the middle. I wanted to show you this bag, this cargo carrier bag. So this brand is Mawkins, I think I'm saying that right. But we just started filling it up. Cooler, some boxes, camera bag, bags of shoes, and we still have a lot of space. So obviously the back of the truck is done, and now we're just focusing on the carrier. Yeah, well, this bag worked out actually so far better than I thought. We put a massive amount of stuff in here, and the strategy kind of is you have to put heavier stuff towards the middle and the bottom, and also stuff that has a little bit more structure, and then the softer stuff over the top. And we still actually have some space. Don't get any ideas, babe. But yeah, this thing zips up, waterproof, and it just holds a ton. It actually, I feel like it's the perfect size for what we needed. I was gonna get a smaller version, but it wouldn't have worked. And sometimes you have to kind of break things up and tuck them in to make them work. Remember, this is a soft-sided, easy for me to say, thing. So yeah, I'm gonna get it all zipped up, and then I will take some straps and start securing everything to the carrier itself. And just like anything else, once you do this a couple times, it's probably easier, but it comes with these 3 straps they come through these loops, and then you just unhook them and run them through the frame like this. And you're able to really kind of cinch everything down, which is nice. I'm not gonna trust just these 3 straps, so I'm also gonna ratchet strap at least 2 ratchet straps on this. Okay, all packed up. This looks like it's cinched up pretty good, but like I said, I'm gonna throw a couple ratchets on here, and then we will be ready to hit the road. Ready? Yeah. That was a bit of a frantic morning. Actually, I mean, I kind of take that back. Frantic, but not as bad as I thought. There's no way we would have fit everything in this truck without that cargo carrier. So thank God we understood that when we moved from our house to the first Airbnb, ordered that thing, and I don't know what we would have done without it.
Stop sign. Turn left.
Okay. If we didn't have it, there's no multiple trips. We're moving, several hundred miles, in between these Airbnbs. So that was a great addition. Leaving Chipley, leaving our first Airbnb, surprisingly, a little on the sad side. I think for a few reasons.
At the stop sign, turn left onto West Ferris Road.
That I will. The first reason is it was our first Airbnb once we started this nomadic life. And the second reason was we lost Abigail in that house. We're almost 2 weeks past that, so we're feeling better. But it was the last place we had her, so that adds to it a little bit. And the last reason is it really started to feel like home. Like yesterday, for example, we had like a lazy Sunday. We didn't leave the house, and it felt like we were in our home in a weird way. And I'm wondering if that's going to be the case everywhere we go. And I'm wondering if this is, you know, kind of unique to us, that every place feels like home so quickly, or if everyone kind of feels like that. Okay, yesterday was an extremely long day. We ended up getting to our new Airbnb in Chattanooga around 6 or 6:30. We will do a tour of this Airbnb. It won't be in this video, but we'll start comparing one Airbnb rather to the other as we go along. Getting here was a little more difficult than we thought yesterday. We had to fully unload everything that we own, or everything that we have with us, from the truck up into this Airbnb. Remember, we have these 4 giant tubs. And let me show you the staircase that we had to come up. Like I said, this Airbnb is super hip. We will do a full tour. That could be in the next video. So you can see where the truck is, down on the street, and those are the stairs that we had to carry everything up. So this whole process took a little over an hour, and it wasn't just the amount of time, it was fully soaked with sweat. It was a real challenge to do all that. And in those moments, we ask ourselves, why? Why are we doing this every month? Like, why are we putting ourselves through this? I think the travel life and the discovering new areas, that is outweighing for us the hardships of packing and unpacking, and also just getting to know every Airbnb, like the sleeping situation, the taking Maury out to go potty situation, where are we setting up to work? You have to figure that out every single time. But we're willing to do it because we're crazy and we love to travel, and this is kind of, you know, our new life. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Subscribe to Point A Adventures. We're going to keep this nomadic lifestyle going for an undetermined amount of time. I'm thinking at least a year in the States, and then we'll see about taking it over to Europe and keeping it going. Thanks for watching.